Hi, friends, and welcome to the very first episode of Simple Worship, a place where you can just simply meet Jesus. So, there's a ton of people that I meet all over the place that have a really big heart and they really want to lead worship, but they just lack the musical skills to do so. So, my goal on this series is to help you with your musical abilities and help you with your musical skills so that when you are leading worship, you aren't distracted by not knowing something or by the lack of your skills. So on this week's episode, I'm going to go over just a few different things. I'm going to go over the different parts of a guitar. I'm going to go over how to hold the guitar. Then we're going to go over how to tune the guitar. Then we'll talk about how to use a pick and some simple chords that you can use. So when we look at the guitar is made up of a lot of different items here. I kind of like to look at it like a dinosaur. We've got the body here, we've got a neck here, and then we've got the head of the guitar. At the body of the guitar, we've got a sound hole. If you're playing an acoustic guitar, this is what you're typically going to see. If you're playing electric guitar, you're not going to see a sound hole, depending on the type of electric guitar you have. And then we've got this part right here, which is the saddle. The saddle is the part that holds the guitar strings in place, and it keeps them from moving all sorts of different places. So now if we go up the neck, up the body, we have the neck of the guitar. And on the guitar, we have these little metal pieces here, and these metal pieces are frets. And when you play between a fret, you have different notes that you can play. And depending on the guitar that you have, you might look on the side and you might find little dots on the side of the guitar there. Those are called fret markers. And the fret markers will help you keep check of where you're playing different notes on the guitar. Near the top of the neck, we've got a bridge. And this here is another part, kind of like the saddle down here, holds the guitar strings up on top of the neck. Make sure that they stay nice and straight with your guitar neck. And then at the top of the guitar, we've got the head. And the head is the place where your strings get woven down. They get woven down by these little metal pieces here called tuning pegs. The tuning pegs are really important. If you have a really cheap guitar, you're gonna have really cheap pegs, and the pegs are gonna be able to help you keep a good tuning on your guitar. If you're losing a lot of tuning, I would invest in new pegs, or I would tune very often. Learn how to tune a lot. So in order to hold the guitar correctly, you want to hold the body's curve against your right leg, and it should just sit down naturally there. With the sound hole, you really want it to point out in the direction that you are playing. If you're playing for people, if you're playing by yourself, what you don't want is you don't want the guitar sitting like this. It's really easy to play this way. I mean, to look at yourself while you're playing, but really for practicing, you really want your guitar to go out. With your right hand, you're going to come over the guitar. You're going to place your hand over the sound hole, and you should be able just to rest your hand there. You don't want your whole arm coming around like this, because then you're kind of limiting the kind of strums that you can do. Sometimes you can do this kind of stuff to do some cool effects, but to keep it simple, just hand over the sound hole. With your left hand, you're going to come underneath the guitar neck, and you're going to place your hand right on the strings. So your four fingers are touching the strings. With the thumb, you're going to make sure that it's holding the back of the guitar here, and you're going to be pushing pretty hard on the string on the back of the guitar neck, so that way you have a good hold and a good grasp on your different guitar strings. So tuning your guitar is super important. There's a bunch of different ways to do it. Sometimes your guitars come with a tuner built inside, like mine right here. Other times you can use other means of tuning your guitar. You can use a pedal, you can use a clip-on tuner, or my favorite, you can use your phone. Your phone is really easy to use as a guitar tuner. There's a bunch of different apps that you can use. You can go on App Store for iTunes or for any iOS devices, or you can go on Google Play for Android. And a simple guitar tuner app that I found is Guitar Tuna. Really easy to use. If you're using an app, make sure you're in a quiet room so that the phone can only hear you when you're tuning your guitar. To tune the guitar, you turn on your app, you let it hear you, and you're going to play your note. So let's say we're playing this first big thick string here, which is the E string. I'm going to play that string, and it tells me that I am below where I need to be. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to turn it counterclockwise here on my tuning peg away from me, and until I, C, E. The app will tell you whether you're in the check mark as green. It'll tell you how far you're off. What you want to do is you want to go through each string. I have to tune them all now. The guitar strings, when you're done tuning, should be from thickest to thinnest E, A, D, G, B, and the E again. Just higher. Now we're going to talk about guitar picks. Picks are going to be your best friend. So choosing the right pick for you is going to be incredibly important. I would recommend just using a light pick for now. I say this because if you're a new guitar player and you're used to strumming pretty hard, you're gonna break a lot of strings, and strings can get pretty expensive, and replacing them can be really difficult. So if you can stick to a light pick, you just go to your local guitar shop, ask for light picks, and they should show you some. Feel them out. Get used to using those for now. I currently am using a Jim Dunlop 0.88 millimeters. Really easy for me to use. It's pretty light, but it's hard enough for me to kind of get some good digs into my guitar. So the guitar pick is merely an extension of your fingers. When you hold it, you really want to curl your finger in like this, and you want to put the guitar pick right in the middle here. Your guitar pick shouldn't come out too far from your fingers. It's just an extension of your fingers. So it shouldn't stick out so much, because what ends up happening if it sticks out too much, you're going to be strumming along and the guitar pick is just going to fly out of your fingers. And that happens a lot. You see a lot of guitarists hold a lot of picks in their stands. Try to have just a good control over your pick. So some simple patterns for strumming to start out with without the left hand involved are just down strums. Try 8 of those and then do the same thing upwards. And then what I want you to do is I want you to go up and down 8 times. 1, 2, 4. These are some simple downwards and upwards strums. And when I refer to different strum patterns, I'm just going to say the letters. So I'm going to say D for down, and up. I'll just say up for up. So next I'm going to show you just some simple chords that you can play. We're going to start with the G major chord. With the G major chord, you're going to come with your middle finger, and you're going to place it on the E string, the thickest string, on the 3rd fret. You should hear this. Now on the A string, you're going to place your pointer finger on the 2nd fret, and it should sound like this. We're going to leave the D string and then the G string open. We're going to place our ring finger on the 3rd fret of the B string, and we're going to place our pinky on the 3rd fret of the E string. So now if I play all the strings in a downward motion, we have a nice G chord. What I want you to do is I want you to practice some down strums. Same again with the upward strums. And then up and down. The next chord I want to show you is the C add 9. A lot of people refer to it as the C2. A lot of people will get angry at me for that, but this chord, it kind of looks really similar to the G chord, so I'll go through it here really fast for you. On the A string, you're going to place your middle finger on the 3rd fret. On the D string, you're going to place your pointer finger on the 2nd fret. You're going to leave the G string open. You're going to place, on the B string, you're going to place your ring finger on the 3rd fret. And on the E string, you're going to place your pinky finger on the 3rd fret as well. This time we're going to omit playing the thick E string, and we're just going to play the last 5 strings. Here again, I want you to practice the downward strums. Then again, the upward strums. And then again, up and down. Now the last chord that I'm going to go over with you is the D chord. Now the D, you're going to have an open D string. Then I'm going to have you place your pointer finger on the 2nd fret of the G string. You're going to place your ring finger on the 3rd fret of the B string. And you're going to place your middle finger on the 2nd fret of the E string. So if you play those last 4 strings, if you want, you can play that A as well, since A is a part of that chord. But again, omit playing that E string. Just the A string. Lastly, you can combine these chords to make different patterns, not only on the guitar frets over here with the different chords, but the strum patterns can be changed as well. A simple one that I like to do is the G to the C to the D to the C. We have a simple song called Every Move I Make, and I'll just play it for you really fast. Every move I make, I'm making you. You make me move, Jesus. Every breath I take, God taking you. Now, I could change the different kind of strum pattern that I have if I did all down. Every move I make, I'm making you. You make me move, Jesus. Every breath I take, I'm taking you. Thanks so much for watching the very first episode of Simple Worship. I do have another series on my channel where I cover different worship songs, and that comes out every Tuesday, so please go and check those out.
Get back on it!
I do have a bonus video I want to share with you. It's how to replace your strings the right way, but it can't come out until this video hits 50 likes. So go ahead and smash that like button and hit that subscribe button as well. Comment down below if you didn't like my C chord. I liked it. That's the way I play it. But remember, friends, keep it simple.